Hello, and welcome to Leadership Trail Mix. I am Miguel Oliveira, and for the next few minutes we'll be together looking at one of the main ingredients that compose this art and science we call people leadership. What a weird title I picked for today's episode, right? I know. Cristiano Ronaldo and the new Queen Bee. It comes from two LinkedIn posts I came across over the past weeks. They're somehow correlated, please, trust me. And let me start with Cristiano Ronaldo. Yes, I am Brazilian. Yes, I root for a team from Rio called Botafogo. Yes, during the Soccer World Cup, I watch Brazil play. And if you get me a ticket to watch a match live, I will say yes, and I'll have a great time. And no, I don't play soccer. No, I don't watch any soccer match that is playing on TV. No, I'm not a fanatic. And now that the stereotypes are out of the way, back to Cristiano Ronaldo. I recently watched a video showing him running an experiment. They disguised him, making him truly unrecognizable, and sent him to a square in Madrid with a little dog, a box asking for tips, and a soccer ball. For close to 1 hour, Cristiano Ronaldo played by himself, doing some of the tricks that made him famous, trying to get people to engage and play with him for a little bit. The result? Nothing. People just ignored him. It was as if he was invisible, and there was nothing great about what he was so masterfully capable of doing with that soccer ball. The conclusion? We're not always able to recognize greatness, especially in places where it's not expected or when it doesn't come from someone who fits the bill or has had access to build credibility. That makes me think about so many topics, but I'll focus on one today. Potential. And here is where we meet bees. The content about bees I'll be sharing now was posted by a Brazilian leader I follow on LinkedIn called Carlos Alberto Tavares Ferreira. He's the CEO of a company called Carbon Zero, an organization focused on promoting a more sustainable future for Brazil and Latin America. I learned a lot from him, and while I probably heard what he taught me about bees in the past, the way he did it made it fresh, new, impactful, and that's why I'm sharing it with you today. He says, and here I quote, "Bees hide a surprising secret. When a hive loses its queen, the only one capable of giving life to the colony and maintaining order in a perfectly organized society, all seems lost. Life in the hive slows down. Without new eggs, the future disappears. Within a few weeks, the colony is threatened with extinction. But the bees do not panic, nor do they wait for external salvation. With an extraordinary display of collective intelligence and deep instinct, they launch a spectacular emergency response, difficult to imagine in a world ruled by insects. Transformation begins with a simple but essential choice. Workers' bees select some common larvae, exactly those that would normally become workers as well. They were not born different. They have nothing special. But from that moment on, their destinies change completely. They are chosen to receive a special diet, the royal jelly, a rare substance produced by nutrient bees, rich in proteins, vitamins, and bioactive compounds. It's real food in the purest sense. The larva, fed exclusively with this substance, no longer follows the common path. In just a few days, their body develops differently. Previously inactive genes are activated. The body grows more, it becomes stronger. Life expectancy is multiplied by almost 20. She's not just going to work. She will govern. She will not follow the routine. She will generate life. The queen is not chosen based on genes. She is raised. Most fascinating in this process is that the new queen shares the same DNA as the workers. What determines fate is not genes, but nutrition, being cared for, the hive's decision. It is as if, in a human society, it was possible to pick an ordinary child and, with adequate nutrition, the right environment, and consistent support, transform them into an extraordinary leader. No genetic manipulations, no special effects, only with care, support, and intention. A leader is born out of the crisis. This metamorphosis does not only save the larvae, it saves the entire colony. When the new queen is ready, she takes control of the hive, begins to lay eggs, restores order, and begins a new cycle of collective life. From the brink of extinction, the colony is reborn stronger, more organized, and more balanced. A silent but profound lesson. Bees shows us, without words, that in moments of great crisis, it's not despair that resolves, but clarity, a plan, the right choice, care, and guidance. In their world, no queen is born ready. She's nourished, prepared, guided. And maybe, as in the hive, in life it's also like that, no matter who you are in the beginning, but what you receive, how cared for you are, and what decisions others make in difficult times. Because sometimes the strongest leaders are born in the most challenging moments, not because of luck, but because of a vision and a transformation that arise in the crisis. End quote. And honestly, end of the episode. The only thing I have left to say is our call to action. Can we commit to opening up our eyes and ears to spot greatness even in unexpected places? And even before we do, can we adopt a growth mindset and give our employees the support they need to thrive? The next queen bee for our organizations might be right there in front of our eyes, just waiting for our belief that they can be it and a good dose of royal jelly. And that's all. If you know anyone who can benefit from this content, please feel free to share it. Recommend it to friends, colleagues, family. And if you want to talk to me, you know where to find me. Miguel@leadershiptrailmix.com. Thank you for listening. Take care and talk soon.